is Hans Devines.
Definitely excited about today, Siobhan.
So Hans, as we know, the Big Four continues today with this semi-final number 2. Yesterday we had a thrilling semi-final number 1 with St. Benedict's winning 5-3 over their South rivals, Presentation College, San Fernando.
Listen, it really was an exciting one. You know, seeing St. Benedict's get those goals and then Pres looking like they were being able to come back in the game with those 3 goals. But let's look at today a little bit. Sour North Secondary School, 19 points in Group B, taking them to the top on goal difference of 24. Fatima College in Group A, their goal difference didn't quite carry them to the top, although they did have 19 points as well. And when we look at Fatima's form, they started their season with a draw against St. Benedict's College. Then they served Naparima College, their first defeat in so many years in the Secondary Schools Football League, followed by big wins. A big win over Carapachima East Secondary with 10-0, and that big win against Speyside High School, a demolition of 8 goals. And this is Colin Murray's alma mater. He's a former coach and player, so we look forward to what he has to say a little bit later.
That being said, Sour North, they still have the dynamic duo to look out for. They have Captain Larry Noel and Lindell Swee. Now, these were the 2 men that Presentation tried to squeeze in their second group match, holding them to a draw. And before that match, they enjoyed a 6-game win streak, starting with a 5-1 win against Queen's Royal College, then a massive 13-0 win over Chaguanas North.
Wow.
Their captain, Larry Noel, contributed 14 of their goal tally, some of those ably assisted by Lindell Sween, who also racked up a few. A quick review of the table tells the story of how things stand in Group A, with a couple matches to go to complete the group and confirm the 7th place team to join the relegation playoff against East Mucurapo from Group B.
Well, when we talk about Group B, Sour North Secondary and Presentation College came on the top of the table. All of the fixtures were played in Group B. However, when we look at Group A, St. Augustine Secondary was relegated, and we get ready for those big playoffs as well in the relegation zone. Well, when we come back, y'all, it is the action happening right here at the Hasty Crawford Stadium. Semi-final number 2 as Sour North Secondary School go up against Fatima College. We'll be right back. Did I repeat the mistake, or you made a mistake? What was? Oh, that was in Group A with Group A being you mentioned Fatima in Group B, and it's a Group A. That was the 2nd or 3rd line in my script. Yeah, small thing, isn't it? Yes. Yeah. Maruga. Okay, so deal with that and okay. So say. Okay. Okay, so all Group B fixtures played, and right, and relegated Maruga Secondary. All right, cool. Yeah. However, it's fine. Yesterday or today? What are you talking about? Just now?
So we're going live, are we? Live boost.
You're live, lay it up a little bit more vibes.
You gonna get vibes, you want vibes? You gonna get RF. Give me a A.
Never mind. I can hear. Yes, I can hear.
IFB, Zach, IFB, IFB.
It's lit. 102.3. Is this better? Yes. Can Sagan do like a cheerleader to the side? Sagan. You mean he's most vibes, Mr. Fatima himself? God.
Watching her, look, you see you touching so much and you get something.
Could help, could not help.
Someone once said, build it and they will come. Well, on this Saturday afternoon in our capital city, they have traveled from near and far. And this is why. Two teams at the top of their groups play for a spot in the Premiership final. A very much informed Fatima College will try to stay ahead of an unforgiving Sawa North attacking frontline. It's the Tiger Tanks SSFL and this is semi-final number 2. Weather is at 30 degrees Celsius, 74% humidity and wind speeds of 8 kilometers per hour. Good afternoon to all our viewers on all our Sportsmax platforms, CNTV, TV6, and of course the Tiger Tanks YouTube channel. I'm Siobhan Metiver, and joining me pitchside is Hans Devine.
Thank you so much, Siobhan. We're getting ready for a very exciting one today.
As we know, Hans, the Big Four continues today with this being semi-final number 2. Now, yesterday we had a very thrilling semi-final number 1 where St. Benedict's won a 5-3 over Presentation College San Fernando.
It really was an exciting one, Siobhan, to see all the supporters come out, of course, is amazing. And the energy of the St. Benedict's and Presentation Old Boys supporting the teams, really fantastic football atmosphere, and we look forward to the same today.
That's right.
Well, when you talk about Group B, Sawa North, they top Group B with 19 points with a goal difference of 24. However, Fatima College also finished Group A with 19 points, but their goal difference didn't quite carry them to the top. But when we look at Fatima College's season, they started off with that draw against St. Benedict's College and then served Naparima College their first defeat in secondary schools Football League Premiership, the first one in so many years, and big wins along the way. 10-0 over Carripachaima East and that fantastic 8-0 demolishing of Speyside High School. Well, this Colin Murray's alma mater, and we know Colin is going to have so much to say a little later, and we look forward to that.
Now, this may be true, Hans, but Sawa North has that dynamic duo to look out for. We have Captain Larry Noel and Lindell Sween. Now, these were the two men that Presentation College tried to squeeze in their last group match, holding them to a draw. And before that match, they enjoyed a 6-match winning streak, starting with a 5-1 win against QRC, then a massive 13-0 win over Chaguanas North. Their captain, Larry Noel, contributed 14 of their goal tally. Some of those ably assisted by Lindell Sween, who also racked up a few. And a quick review of the table tells the story of how things stand in Group A, with a couple matches to go to complete the group and confirm that 7th place team to join the relegation playoff against Mukurapo from Group B.
Well, East Mukurapo, we get ready to see what happens with them. But when we talk about Group B, Sawa North and Presentation College top that table. But listen, all of the fixtures in this group have been played already, so we know the bottom, the number 7 in Group A, they're going to go up against East Mukurapo Secondary, and of course Maruga Secondary are relegated when we look at what's happening in terms of the fixtures. Well, an exciting one today, semi-final number 2 inside the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League. In a few moments, Fatima College go up against Sawa North Secondary School. We take a short one and come back with more action here at Hasty Crawford Stadium. Let's talk a little bit about Sawa North, Brent.
Well, you talk a lot about Sween and of course Noel, but before we get into that, it must be mentioned of the work rate of Jones and Mitchell in the middle of the park for Sawa North. Those two players in particularly allow Sawa North the freedom to have both Sween and Larry Noel to, of course, poach at the top of their pyramid. Defensively, they've been very good. I wanted to make sure that we point that out, despite the fact that Lindell and Larry Noel are probably the two most important players on the pitch here today. I think a big game by those two will make it very difficult for Fatima to get a win here today. I think if they're on point, if they're on sync, or if they've done what they've done throughout the season, I think it'll be tough for Fatima.
And of course, Sawa, when they faced against Presentation College, really made the most of the opportunity as well.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, and while I hear what Brent is saying, Fatima cannot pay too much attention to these two. If you forget about Jones and Mitchell, Joseph Brown, they can hurt you.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got to pay attention to Noel and to Sween. You don't give them the room. But don't forget, there's a talented team. You know, they've got Jones in the midfield, they've got Mitchell at the holding midfielder, and then they've got two wide guys in Brown and Joseph that is excellent as well. So they can't make a mistake and leave, just study Noel and Sween.
Well, we also have Sour North's coach. I mean, they are a well-coached team. You talk about the talent of the players, but we also talk about the coach keeping the team together and as a well-oiled machine. And Brent Sancho spoke to Jeremy earlier, and this is what he had to say.
Coach, national semi-finals, how has preparation been for you?
Actually, preparation been good. You know, we had access to the field whole week. Sometimes we don't get access to the field because the under-14s have a game or the girls team have a game. But this week, they made preparation specifically by pushing back the start of the game so that we could have trained. And so preparation was good for us.
Of course, most talk about Lyndall Sween and Larry Noel and what they mean for San Juan North. How important their performance here today is for San Juan North to get victory?
Well, as a player, you want to play in the big games. You know, that's how your career will be defined. You know, Messi is not the best in the world unless you win a World Cup. So I just explained to them that this is what they have to do in order to expand their career so that people can say, yes, this was one of the better players to play in the SSFL in 2022.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best.
No problem. Thanks.
We want to say thank you to First Citizens and NGC CNG for that interview. Guys, what do you make of what Coach Jeremy had to say?
I think he's pointing towards the fact that the way they want to play tactically, and I agree with a lot what he has said. We're very fortunate to have, of course, Coach Mo and Hudson Charles, two very experienced coaches in this country. Yesterday we had of course, Boyce, who's a young up-and-coming, probably one of the better younger coaches coming up, and he was up against Cooper, another. So we've been blessed with four very good coaches who have tactically set up their teams in the right way. I expect the same here today. Okay,
Brent, let's talk about Fatima College, Colin. I mean, I know you've waited all week to talk about this, right? Especially since the decision with the red card has been taken back.
No, that's big. That's huge. I said to Brent, if that decision was not rescinded and they had to go with the reserve keeper, I thought it would have been a huge disadvantage to Fatima. The red card has been rescinded. Tristan Edwards, who I think is an excellent keeper, he is back, and that's going to give the defense confidence. It's going to give the team confidence with him at the back there, because he's a really good keeper. So that was huge. And then you've got a lot of the other players. The defense, I think the defense is strong. You got two wing backs love to bomb forward. That's Hospitalis and Noons. We saw Noons score a good goal against Speyside. So I think they've got a good all-round team. They're missing two guys though. They're missing Mason at top, and they're missing their leading scorer Williams at wide on the left. I don't know how that will affect them. They've brought in Atong and Shaves. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see with those changes how that will affect the flow of the Fatima attack.
Well, let's hear from Hudson Baba Charles, the coach of Fatima College.
Tristan Edwards, goalkeeper, red card rescinded. How big was that for Fatima?
That was very big. He's one of our mainstay so far, and it was good that they reversed the decision for him to play today.
As we look forward to today's contest, what are some of the things Fatima need to do to come away with victory?
I think Fatima need to play as a team, put the ball down on the ground that we are accustomed doing only, move the ball from side to side, and of course when we get opportunities to put it away.
Not many teams have been able to stop the combination of Lyndall Sween and Larry Noel. Is there a specific plan for those two?
Yeah, there is a plan, but you all have to wait to see. We work specifically on those two because we know both of them is our mainstay. And we come up with a plan to try and nullify them.
Thank you very much, Coach, and all the best.
All right, thank you.
Well, we want to say thank you to First Citizens and NGC CNG for that interview as well. Brent, what do you make of what Coach Baba had to say?
I have a big circle around the suggestion that he has a special plan for both Sween and Noel. I am very intrigued to see what that plan is going to be, because as I said to him, not many has been able to stop both gentlemen in their play so far this season. But if Hudson Charles says he has a plan, I have to believe the man. Well, let's talk about the relegation zone just a little bit. We need to find out who is going to be playing East Mokorapo. Now, as it stands, the way it is, the bottom four, we have St. Anthony's College, who are going to play Caripachima East. Now, Caripachima East is actually on 4 points. Now, when we talk about Pleasantville,
as well, also at 4 points. They meet Speyside High. Now, if both teams win their games, St. Anthony's College have to face the music.
Yeah, they'll have to face East Mukrapo for a playoff to see who goes on. Who would have thought before the start of this season,
Yes,
St. Augustine
yes.
and St. Anthony's may be demoted? Or, well, St. Augustine already demoted, but who would have said that St. Anthony's may join them? It's really a phenomenal thing to think about because
Yeah.
St. Anthony's has been so good. But the thing is, it's in their hands though. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
They've just have to avoid defeat. If they avoid defeat, then they're safe.
Well, when we talk about the defeated teams, 3 teams move down into the championship division, making way for 3 teams to move up from the Big 5 of the championship. So far, Siparia, they've been strong in their zone, as well as Arima North and St. Mary's College. What do you make of it, Colin and Brent?
Well, Brent?
Yeah, well, I think with the teams coming up, of course, you would look at St. Mary's College as one of those that would be strong. Siparia West have really surprised me. That's a team, if you look at them, they've really struggled normally in the South Zone, but they've done well. Also, Presentation College from Central as well. They look like they're on the way to the Big 5. It would be intriguing for a team that moves up from that division to the next division. We've seen it so many times that sometimes they go up and come right back down. But I think for these programs, it's important to stay up when they do come up.
Yeah, and an important thing as well, Brent, there's only 3. There are 5 teams and only 3 going up.
Yeah.
So it's really all to play for when those teams meet.
Definitely, it's all to play for, and all to play for happens right here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium as Fatima College go up against Sawa North Secondary School in a few minutes. But when we come back around, we have a very special message.
It's semi-final number 2 in the Tiger Tanks SSFL Premiership here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium, where Sawa North face Fatima College in what is sure to be an exciting contest. Just a quick reminder, this season the Premiership is divided into 2 groups of 8 teams, each group playing a total of 7 matches. The winner met up against second place of each group for the semis. That being said, St. Benedict's have made it through to the finals after beating their South rivals Presentation College, San Fernando. And now, folks, we are here today for semi-final number 2. Of course, coming to you live across the region via Sportsmax, the Sportsmax app, TV6, and Tiger Tank's YouTube channel. Tiger Tanks being the new title sponsor of the SSFL. A few days ago, Colin Murray had a chat with football enthusiast Dennis Latif, who's also the regional manager for Tiger Tanks. And this is what he had to say on his thoughts on the league and his company's involvement.
Well, I'm here with Mr. Dennis Latif, the regional manager of Tiger Tanks. And of course, when you talk Tiger Tanks, you talk secondary schools league, we talk sponsorship, and we're going to have a little discussion here about the 2022 Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League. Dennis, can we talk a little bit about you, Dennis Latif, and Tiger Tanks?
Sure, morning, Colin. Well, I can tell you, Tiger Tanks actually is a US-based company, of which the first office outside of the US is right here in Trinidad. Okay? Since then, I started this company in 2003. And since it's been grown to be a regional company, we are now the operators of the Caribbean and parts of South America. So I've kind of grown it then, and we just moving around the region.
Well, there's no doubt your love for football. Is that why you got involved with the Secondary Schools League?
Yes, that too, and all through the years, I've been seeing what's happening. I've been seeing the changes, or no changes being made really. That can make a difference, which is where I thought I would try and come in, Besides this, I sponsor the National Youth Extempo every year for the past 6-7 years. We do a lot of school activities, sponsoring different competitions for schools, and many other cultural activities also.
It's interesting because Tiger Tanks has come on as a corporate sponsor, but what's your thoughts, Dennis, on getting more corporate sponsors involved? And not only in secondary schools football and youth football, but in sport in general?
Yeah, thanks for that question. I tell you what, when I was called to assist the SSFL, is because they didn't get the sponsorship. And taking this and coming along, I have a kind of different view going ahead. I'm not sure I want to really say it out now, but I need to meet with the SSFL first. But I always thought, all these schools, so many businessmen come out of these schools. These corporate people, they can get together and sponsor a school. I don't know why that has never happened, or, everybody looks for one sponsor, and they go after that, and hey, we can get 5-6 sponsors. Let us do something, make a difference of the school, and get that money they need to really prepare teams, prepare the schools and so on for the games.
Well, we are at the semi-final stage of the league. The football has been of a pretty high quality. What's your hope for the semi-finals and the finals?
Yeah, we have some good teams there, playing in the semi-finals. So I expect to see really good football. It's been good so far. We're also planning to do something a little different too. In the semi-finals, before the game, we want the crowds to come out. We want the crowds to come out and support the players, and support everything that we're doing to help them.
So we can look forward to something spectacular for the final?
Yes, you can.
Well, I'm very, very happy to hear that. Dennis, it's been great chatting with you. We must do this again because, I think it's a great insight you've given us to Tiger Tanks and you in general and your hope going forward. Thanks ever so much. And let's hope that we see some really great football for the semi-finals and final.
Yes, let's hope so.
Thanks very much.
Thanks again.
That was Dennis Latif, regional manager for Tiger Tanks. Now, definitely curious to see what is this something spectacular they have planned for the finals. But for now, let's head over to a break.
Welcome back here to the Hazley Crawford Stadium, and very much an empty field at the moment. But in a few minutes, there is going to be loads of action. It's the semi-final number 2 here between Sawa North Secondary and Fatima College. It's going to be a really tremendous game. I'm Colin Murray alongside Brent Sancho. Brent, well, could we get a humdinger like we did yesterday? Is it possible?
It's possible, but I'm not sure it's going to happen, simply because I believe both teams, the way they're set up, it's really to nullify the other. So I'm not sure we're going to have that goal explosion that we had yesterday, but I do expect a very intriguing encounter and a tactical encounter as well, Colin. Something that hasn't really been touched upon, but the tactical approach by both teams is going to be key here today as to who is going to move on to be the winner.
And the ground? How much of
Perfect facility. I had the opportunity to walk across the lush green surface. It's wet, but it's not sticky, it's not damp. There's not a lot of pools of water that we saw yesterday in the pitch. And of course it's a surface that of course it's conducive to attacking play. The ball is going to go all the way through. Of course, you mentioned it in the build-up to the game. So I do think it's going to help with the type of football in particular that Fatima wants to play.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We said yesterday that based on the field with all the rain, that St. Benedict's had a physical advantage. But would Sawa have that physical advantage, you think?
I think because the field is not as heavy as it is in the Atabola Stadium, it's a big difference. I think this surface is not going to carry that kind of situation.
The teams being met by the president of the SSFL is leading the entourage. That's Mareri Gonzalez. And
see, of course,
Nikita Rudder is also there, the Sawa North Secondary Vice President.
See Everett Galley comments.
And there is the legend, Gally Cummins is there as well. And S.E. Sicharan, who is the first vice president of the SSFL. So interesting, Gally Cummins, of course, former Fatima player, Fatima standout, going way back in the 60s.
Did he win a title with Fatima?
Yeah, they won the Intercol. They won the Intercol fight. The North Intercol in those days, and I think they were beaten by St. Benedict's in the national final. But they were beaten by they beat QRC in the North final. Remember Gally and they had Earl Fu. Don't know if you remember Earl in the midfield, and Roger Dupre, Glenn Seeley was in goal. Remember that Fatima team?
Well, it's remarkable.
Of course, I was a little guy. I was a little young fellow.
A little man with big beard and mustache. It's remarkable, Colin, that we talked about St. Benedict's, a very storied football program here in Trinidad and Tobago, and the fact that their last national success came back in 1998, which is really, of course, something that's astounding for me. As we take a look at the officials, Natalia Williams, Melissa Nicholas, of course, the fourth official, Nicola Nyron, who did an excellent game yesterday. And the referee is a very experienced Cecile Hines.
Yep. So she is the very experienced Cecile Hines. So good officials here. And you're right. The game yesterday, I thought Nicholas did an excellent game. So, of course, Fatima in their white shorts, Sawa in green. There is the former standout Trinidad and Tobago international player, Everett Galley Cummins. There is the Fatima team, just in their final prayer. Let's have a look at the starting lineup for Fatima. Well, the man at the top, Christian Edwards, he was sent off in the last game. They appealed the decision, and he is back in the lineup today. The appeal was upheld, and so Edwards is the goalkeeper. Then there's Bailey, the skipper, Noons, Atherton, Williams, Romani, Alcantara, Atong, Digans, Shaves, and Hospitalis. That is the lineup, and the coach, of course, Hudson Charles.
as we look at the formation. I expect Alcantara and Romani in particular to play more of a double pivot in the middle of the park, which allows the Gans to go a bit more forward. Look at Bailey and Atong to be advanced, and Hospitalis and Nunes always willing to overlap and get past Atong and Bailey.
So that is the lineup. Let's have a look at the Sawa North lineup. There's the Sawa North just waiting on their lineup, their starting lineup. Very familiar. Haynes in goal. There's skipper Noel, Lewis, Ferguson, Sween, Joseph, Mitchell, Lewis, Guy, Jones and Brown, and the coach Jerry Moore. Let's have a look at their formation.
Well, they're playing a 4-5-1, which would morph into a 4-1-4-1. Mitchell expected to do most of the shielding of the back four. Look for Jones in particular to be floating in and around, and of course the ever impressive Sween to supply to that man up front, Captain Larry Noel, who we all know is a scoring threat.
Well, we're just waiting for the kickoff, and here we go. Semi-final number 2 right away. Sween playing that long ball, searching ball, looking for Brown, who is playing wide on the right. So Desai Lewis with the throw gets it to Sween, and we see the assistant referee Melissa Nicholas. Her flag is up to indicate that it was a foul throw. So no, it was a free kick, sorry. As well, the flag is
foul throw.
Yeah, I thought it was a foul throw. Yeah, there it is. So the throw now goes Fatima's way with Nunes. That's the return ball, but it's here's Noel. So danger already for Fatima. He's running at the Fatima defense. That's a good tackle. As Nunes picks it up, gets it wide to Atong. Atong plays that ball looking for Shaves. He's not going to collect it. It's going to be a throw for Sawa North. Lewis with the throw. It's over on that left side with Guy. He can't control it, and in fact it comes off of, well, came off of Guy, so it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Throw sent back to Hospitalis. Plays that ball forward, looking for Alcantara. This ball goes wide towards Bailey. Throw for Fatima. Throw quickly taken. This is Hospitalis. Alcantara sends a good ball, looking for Atong. But this is Romani in possession. Nunes can't collect it. It's going to be a throw for Sawa North. A little bit of a nervous start, Brent.
Yeah, nervous start, a lot of energy, nervous energy. But I like the tempo of the game, Colin, so far. Both teams wanting to play quickly. Surface as well.
Yeah, I was about to say that. The ball is really running on this surface. Nunes goes all the way back to his goalkeeper, Edwards. Keeps it in. Well, this could be trouble here. Well, at the last minute, Atherton was able to win back that ball. This is Hospitalis. Atherton. Alcantara. Fatima moving the ball around nicely. This is Bailey, looking to play it back in for the Gans. One back here by Joseph as he was trying to go down that left side. Bailey couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Sawa North.
Well, the intentions are clear. Although we're only about 3 minutes in, Fatima College certainly want to control the tempo of the game by possessing the football and moving it around. And Sawa North are trying to be a bit more direct.
This is Noel being harassed by Hospitalis. They win the first corner of the game. Sawa North, the ball coming off of Hospitalis. So just about 3.5 minutes gone so far. And Sawa North with the first corner. That man is going across to take it. Lindell Sween, no doubt with the left foot, Brent, swinging it away from the keeper. So we see the referee Hines is going to have a little word there with Christian Brown. A little bit of is impeding the goalkeeper. She has a word with him. She's going to keep her eyes on that. But here the corner comes, headed away. This is the Gans. Can't get control of it. Goes wide to Swede. Being confronted by Hospitalis. Blows past Hospitalis. Sends the ball over. Edwards parries it.
Didn't look comfortable, Edwards.
Yeah.
Collecting that one eventually.
Long ball upfield, looking for Shaves. Headed away by Ferguson. Beaten down by Jones. But this is Nunes. Nearly ran himself into trouble trying to get it to Atong. Ball comes off of Lewis. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Nunes is going to take this throw. So Fatima, they've made some yards up the left side. So Nunes with the throw. This is Shaves. Does well, plays it back to Nunes. Still Nunes. Got it on that favoured left foot, takes a deflection and goes to goalkeeper Haynes. He's going to play it long. Sending Larry Noel on a run. But this is Jaden Williams. Clears it upfield, only as far as Nunes. Being harassed by Brown, takes it down well. Looking for some support. Goes all the way back. Not intended to go to the keeper, but it ends up there. Williams. Getting it forward to Atong. Nunes. So Fatima passing it around nicely as this is a long ball played forward. Goalkeeper Haynes is coming a long way. This could be a chance for Shaves. He tries to play it to the guy who slips at the most inopportune time. But where was Haynes going, Brent?
Certainly a miscalculation by the goalkeeper. Even his line, when you felt that the defender can handle it, coming off his line there, of course clattering into his own personnel in Lewis. Shaves tried to put it back to the Gans.
The question is, should he have gone for goal?
I think it was a difficult angle. And the Gans making the run in, I think, was the right idea, but it was the wrong pass.
Well, I would love to see that again. I think he had an opportunity to go for goal because there was no defender there. It would have been. He would have had to curl it in. But I want to make that point here. Here's a ball looking for Grong, but it's overhit. It's going to be a goal kick for Fatima.
Well, we take another
Let's have a look at it.
Another look at it here, Colin. Long searching ball. Okay. Done well to outman Lewis.
Just about here, Brent.
Yeah, but as if he could have gotten to it. Look at the defender coming back.
Yep.
Maybe. But I think the Gans may have been the better option. He felt that he would have gotten him. He probably would have had that big shout from the Gans as well. It's a chance.
Atong is not going to get that. This ball is moving very quickly on this outfield. A throw for Sawa North. Still goalless here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Bailey couldn't collect it. And Guy wins it, tries to get Joseph going. But Hospitalis plays it just too far ahead of Bailey. And across comes Lewis.
He does that really well, Colin. He reads the play and sweeps behind both wing backs to great effect. That's a foul.
It's going to be a free kick for Samoa North. Ball played right across the field towards Brown. Does well, takes it down nicely. Goes back to Lewis. Desai Lewis. Sends the ball forward. Williams clears his lines. The Gans trying to get under it. In fact, it's now picked up here by Brown. Goes back towards Mitchell. He sends it to Guy. Romani is in possession. Plays it back to Hospitalis. Plays that ball. Sends Bailey on a run. But across comes Lois. This time he doesn't get there. Bailey gets there before him. He does well. Does well to recover.
I thought he was in trouble, Colin. Of course, he misjudged the flight of the ball, and I thought once he'd done that, he was in trouble.
Well, he did recover nicely, but here's Brown. Acres of space. Sends it forward.
It's going to be trouble.
Noel.
Deal with it.
Atherton clears his lines. Another corner here for Sawa North.
There's a real sense of anticipation when the ball is gone towards Larry Noel's way. Just know the danger that he presents as a forward. Always on the front foot, always sniffing around. Such a difficult player to mark.
So a left-sided corner for Sawa North. Sween is going to take it. Lindell Sween. Again, swinging it away. Headed away. But a foul here committed by Bailey. So it's going to be a free kick for Sawa North. Committed that foul there against Kedell Jones. So he's going to get some treatment, Jones. But in a dangerous position, this free kick.
Yeah, very much.
Big Sween. Yeah.
This is in his territory. It's been a very scrappy game so far. 10 minutes or so in. I think both teams really struggle. Let's have another look here after the trip from behind by Bailey.
In as much, Brent, as we talk about the ground conditions, I think they haven't got acclimatized yet to the conditions. The ball is really traveling
on quickly, yeah. Have a look at the rhythm section of Fatima College. It's a Fatima drum. What you call it, a Fata drum?
It's a normal drum, Brent.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just a normal drum.
Or a Fata pan.
Drum by Fatima students or Fatima supporters. That's all it is.
Okay.
But here is Lindell Sween with the free kick. 4 men in the wall, or is it just 2? Let's see. A 4-man wall set up by Fatima. Sween, no doubt, is going to try and curl it around the wall. Edwards in position in that goal. With the cap, here goes Sween along the ground and straight to the keeper. Holds on to it.
Was expected more there, Colin, must admit.
Yeah. I thought he would have gone more for the corner, more up to the V, but he went along the ground, which was a little bit strange.
Well, even if he went along the ground and needed the power.
Yeah.
That's a tough ball.
Yeah, Brown is again
surface.
It's just running away from the players.
Well, what they have to know, of course, what type of weight to put on the pass as well, Colin. And as the players have certainly struggled with that so far.
This is Romani. Scored a really beauty of a goal against St. Anthony's on Wednesday. Oh, sorry, on Tuesday. A really good goal. There is a throw for Fatima. It's going to be thrown by the left back Nunes. Gets it up to Atong, takes it nicely on his chest, but he loses out to Brown. Brown can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Shaves, making the run. Does well, does very well. In fact, loses out, and the loose ball picked up here in the middle by Sui. Gets it to Brown. Gets inside of the player. But this is won back by Atong to Noon. Alcantara. Atong plays the ball up the line towards Shaves. But across comes a good strong challenge from Ferguson. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Still, we await the first goal here.
Got across well there. Make sure there was no progression. Ferguson with the challenge. We've gone about 13 plus minutes, Colin, and no real goal mouth action to talk about. It's been a tight, tense affair. Maybe it could change here.
And this is Noel heading towards the box. Ooh! That was a desperate lunge from Williams. Didn't make contact, but Brent, that was dangerous.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but it was. I tell you, he did it, and he's fortunate to get away with it because I think not only that he was able to get away, but he impeded some of Noel's progress with the challenge. Could have gone very wrong for him, didn't.
Swede slips, but gets back up, but gives the ball away. This is Romani. Hospitalis. Luckily for him, it goes to Atherton, but sent forward to Noel. He can't control it. So Williams plays a good ball to Atong. Long ball, searching ball for Bailey, headed away by Guy, but only as far as the Gans. He falls. Second or third time we've seen the Gans lose his footing, Brent.
It's the surface again. Talking about that surface, Colin. So players, they have to think they don't have the right footing.
This is Jones. Ball played up forward to Bailey. Gronk comes Lewis. That's a good challenge.
He does it so well, Colin. Yep. Does it very, very well.
See Samoa North looking to make a substitution. I'm a little surprised at that. I think Gronk may be off.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling a bit. Yeah, he's looking at the bench, Colin. He seems to be struggling a bit.
Well, here goes Ferguson, long ball forward. Actually, that was Mitchell playing the ball forward, but this is Brown.
Yeah, he looks like he's struggling.
Yes. So it's going to be a throw for Samoa North.
Looks like Rogers. Elisa Rogers.
Yes. Well, we've seen him in action before. And then Brown is off. And Elijah Rogers is on. So Rogers on for Brown. That is the Samoa North substitution. This is Lewis in a real tussle there with Nunes. Joseph has come across onto this right side now. Still Joseph.
Tell you what,
does very well.
He gets away.
But it's picked up by Alcantara.
Almost Harry Houdini type.
Shaves, still Shaves. Does well holding up the play, but got to pass it off earlier than that. Nunes. Gets it towards Alcantara. Sween with a shot. Again, lacking power.
Needed the power. That's the right idea. He tried to, of course, guide it into the goal, the inside of the foot. They just didn't have the power needed to trouble Edwards in goal. It's a lot of quality, Colin, this game.
Yeah,
so far. Surprisingly so. Both teams are known for that.
Yeah, and a lot of passes going astray as this one. This is Joseph. Trying to get it forward again, an errant pass.
Poor decision, because Larry Noel made the run and maybe better serve handed it to him. He has another chance at it though.
Plays a 1-2 with Noel, but coming back is Atong. It goes out for a right-sided corner for Samoa North. Yes, a lot of the passing at the moment, both teams guilty of it going astray.
It's been erratic. It's, of course, without consideration. And a lot of the passes, as you rightfully said, has not got to the destination that was originally set out for. Again, you just wonder if it's nerves, Colin, because we've seen these two teams play before and they do have the quality within.
Well, here is the corner coming in.
Should have scored.
Oh,
it should have been in the back of the net.
Completely missed it, didn't he? That was Noel, wasn't it?
And you'd have to look at Rogers, the number 7, the substitute that just came in. He peeled off his marker and just had the chance to hit it and moved.
Got the impression that it was Noel, but you're probably right. Completely missed the header. But here goes Mitchell. Gets it back towards Lewis. Again, the pass is really going astray at the moment. Pass is not finding the intended target. As this one, Lewis does well. That's
Excellent
very
defending.
well.
That's top draw stuff.
But Alcantara intercepts it. De Gans turns nicely with it. Gets it to Hospitalis. The cross again. Atong playing it to Shaves. But it's cleared upfield. It's going to be a throw. Or did it come off? It seemed to have come off Shaves. So it's going to be a throw for Sawa North. Long ball forward, Alcantara intercepts it, but it's picked up by Joseph. Gets it there towards Jones. Going wide on the overlap is Guy. Being confronted by Hospitalis, does very well. Plays it up to Bailey. Coming across to pick him up quickly is, that's not Lewis, but that was Guy actually coming up to pick him up. The man making the run was in fact Rogers. But this is Lewis getting it to Joseph. Joseph gets it, cuts inside nicely.
He's got to play it.
Yeah,
He's got to play it.
showed too much of it to Williams.
Yeah. So you have another look at this corner here, Colin. Look at the number 7 Ferguson in there. He should have just had the ball.
Yeah, that's right. It was Roger.
It was a free header. His marker lost him, and he had the chance to do it.
Yeah,
I believe that was his first play though in the game, so you have to forgive him, but that was a free header.
Yeah, I thought it was Noel at the one stage, and I said, well, Noel doesn't miss things like that. But certainly should have at least had it on target. So here is Hospitalis. Ball played back towards Atherton. This is Williams. Fatima moving the ball around now. Nunes gets it to Romani. He can't control it. Ferguson sends it downfield towards Noel. Joseph can't control it. Romani looks to turn with it, tries to get Bailey over on the far side. It's hooked back by Lewis, but Bailey can't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw. A lot of the passing. That's the problem so far with this game, Brett. The passing by both teams are really poor.
Yeah, they've
and both teams are much better than this, than what we're seeing.
it would be interesting if we deployed the basketball statistics in terms of turnover. That should be a very high number, Colin.
Here goes Noel.
That's a good challenge at the end.
Yep. And he actually wins the goal kick.
Yeah. Again, you want to suggest it's nerves, but it's not been. As we take another look at that challenge here by the Fatima defender Atherton, Johanse Atherton. He have hurt himself in the process, but I just feel that they're trying to do things too quickly in some instances as well. And it's not just the errant passing as well, it's poor decision making throughout execution. Hence the reason we haven't really seen a lot of action in either goal mouths. Because of that.
Good crowd in as well.
It's building, it certainly is.
Nicely at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Had a good crowd yesterday at the Atto Boulder, and this is another very good crowd here.
Well, 3 out of the 4 teams, Colin, really have not been prominent as it relates to winning within the Secondary Schools Football League. Of course, this year's version of the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League have now seen those 3 teams, Fatima, St. Benedict's, and of course San Juan North, teams that have not traditionally part of it, as we see the crowds as well. So they've now started to draw out the crowds that you wouldn't see before.
That's right.
Here's this man, Larry Noel. He's been shackled so far by Fatima College and their defending. And you have to say, Colin, his service hasn't been up to par.
No, but Fatima, the defenders have paid close attention. As Hudson Charles was saying, they're going to pay close attention to him and to a lesser extent Sween. But I think from the time Noel picks up the ball, you can see one or two Fatima defenders starting to run to him.
It's not the...
He's trying to make space for himself. I like his runs, you know, he's making runs off the defenders, which is excellent. What, we just restarting here?
We want to say a special welcome to our viewers on Sportsmax. It's been a goalless action so far here at the Hasty Crawford Stadium in Port of Spain, Trinidad. Semi-final number 2 between San Juan North and Fatima College. Both teams not really creating many opportunities. It's been a scrappy affair with both teams really lacking genuine quality.
Well, that ball played towards Noel. Looks for the shot with that left foot. Just bobbling in front of the keeper, but importantly, he got his body behind it.
Yeah, he got his body behind it, Edwards. Well done by Noel. He created his opportunity. Another errant pass, followed by another errant pass.
So the ball set down, it's with Nunes. Chips it forward, looking for Shaves. Picked up by Ferguson. Still Ferguson, running himself into problems, but he's won the throw.
Shaves has worked really hard. Goalkeeper seems to be down for San Juan North. That's a very worrying sign.
Yes. Well, you don't want to lose your number 1 keeper. Let's hope that he's all right.
Well, Fatima, of course, got their number 1 keeper back in goal, in Tristan Edwards. I know, Colin, we've been inundated with messages and calls regarding that particular decision. Of course, the referee on the field, we've always said this, have the most difficult of tasks in making split-second decisions. We have, of course, the luxury of several angles with some of the best camera persons in the world. So it's a challenge, but of course, eventually, Colin, the red card being rescinded. And as you said, when it did happen, we did both remark, Colin, about the double jeopardy rule. Just feels like both sets of supporters, Colin, are waiting for that moment.
Yeah, well, here's Bailey. Still Bailey. Well, can he get the cross in?
This could be danger. Can he finish?
Romani came off for Shaves and goes to the keeper. First time we've really seen Bailey go down that right side and get the ball over.
Well, it's the first time he's been able to get by Lewis.
That's right. You're quite right.
He's stopped his course for most of the game.
Atherton clears his lines.
Oh, that's just sloppy.
It's good.
Very sloppy.
Keeper should get there. Oh, and he drops it. He spills it. Was under some pressure from Shays, but it should have been quite a comfortable catch for him. Alcantara slips on the ball.
That's a poor pass.
But Hospitalis intercepts it. Goes to Digans. Nunes. Atong all the way back to William. can't keep it in. Again, we make the point, Brent. That was a straightforward pass that was errant.
But it's not only a straightforward pass. I thought it was a bad decision.
And Williams now, we can't keep it in, and it's a corner. So they've really shot themselves in the foot, giving away that corner, Fatima.
Well,
but can Sawa capitalize?
Well, they moved from a position of having possession higher up the park to now defending a corner.
So Sween is going to take the corner. Coming up to about a half an hour in this game. Still, we await the first goal. Corner comes, the goalkeeper punches, does well.
Very well.
Picked up by Bailey, he sends it upfield. The one man up front, the only outlet is Shaves.
And Shaves does well.
Well, it's fouled Lewis in the process. It's going to be a free kick for Sawa North.
But Shaves does not give any defender any respite at all, Colin. As you see another look at it here, in a tangle there with Lewis. He's pulling a shift so far.
Romani does very well. Comes away with it, but gives it away.
Good tackle.
It's a strong challenge coming from Alcantara. Atong in possession, tries to get Shaves going. Lewis comes across, he's here, there and everywhere. Oh, that's a strong challenge.
Late as well.
Whoa.
Very late.
The referee has gone.
Well, he was stretching, Colin.
Yeah, he was.
And again, I don't think there was any real malicious intent. But
he lost the ball, didn't he? And he was really reaching for it. And I think referee Hines is going to caution him.
Well,
I don't think it's anything more than a caution, Brent.
For the first time, Lewis have put a foot run in the sense of course, not clearing it a bit earlier. Everything so far he's done has been spot on. But in that instance, I think as a defender, once you win the football, you pass it off, your job's done. Your job's not to create.
That's right.
Or try to make anything happen. And he's done ever so well to stop Shaves, but found himself in trouble when he tried to, of course, run with the football. I think that's one of the first things they tell you as a defender, Colin. Don't run with the football.
Yeah, very true.
Of course, the modern day game has changed so well. Looking at some comments from former Manchester United coach Louis van Gaal, and he spoke to the fact that the two centre halves now are the new number 10s in football. I tend to agree with him there, because they have so much more time on the ball, as we see the stretch there by Lewis. Tell you what, Colin, he got the ball first. He got to the ball first.
Maybe the trailing leg?
I don't even think so. He was outstretched and late, but he was there first.
I don't think the referee, she hasn't
booked him.
Card,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Look at it again, Colin. He got to the ball first.
Does get the ball.
In fact, he gets the free kick.
Yeah. So it looked
but it's a yellow card for a tongue.
Yeah.
Of Fatima. So I take that back, Mr. Lewis. You have not put a foot wrong yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he did win the ball. And obviously referee Hines saw that and did well. Yeah, is Hospitalis.
He's going to do well if he stops this.
Oh, he does very well. Yeah, he does very, very well, Edwards. Misplaced pass from Hospitalis. So coming up to 32 and a half minutes gone. Still no goals here yet at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. This is Mitchell to Sween. He has a goal off target, and it's going to be a goal kick for Fatima.
I think that's one player, Colin, that has been completely missing. Sween.
Yeah.
And I don't think necessarily it's only down to the way Fatima has played him. I think he just hasn't applied himself the way we expected him to in this type of fixture. Here he is again.
Jones to Sween. This is Sween.
That's better by him.
Mitchell. Jones making the run on the far side.
Much.
He was looking for the man making that run, which was Rogers, but it was hit far too straight.
Well, it's the first time San North has been able to get Sween involved in things. And of course, it resulted in an almost opportunity. Just need a little bit more weight, better weight on the pass. Of course, there's a confirmation of the yellow.
Jose Atong
Seatong.
getting the yellow card. So we apologize to Mr. Joshua Lewis of Sao North, who we thought was a dangerous little tackle, but he did win the ball, and in fact he won the free kick. So this is Nunes. Twisted turning with it, goes back to Williams. Williams goes all the way back to goalkeeper Edwards. Plays a long ball. It's going to go over the head of Atong, and it's going to be through for Sao North.
Well, I'm looking at the front 3-4 of Sao North, Colin. Defensively, they're not allowing Fatima College the opportunity to play the ball and switch the point to attack through the back. Larry Noel Sween is putting pressure on Joseph on the back 4 of San North when they're in Fatima College, sorry, when they're in possession.
Well, Noel was trying to turn with it and brought down by Williams, so it's a free kick for Sao North. You would say, Brent, at the moment Sao North has the better of the game?
It's tough to say. It's been such a erratic game of football that lacks fluidity. I think it would be wrong of me to even suggest that.
He's headed away and comes all the way back towards Mitchell. He has the shot, but very wayward. It's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. So coming up to 30, just 35 minutes and the clock has gone. Still, it's goalless here at the A.C. Crawford Stadium. This is Hospitales. Looking for Bailey. Round comes Lewis again. Sends it long forward.
That man Lewis again, Colin.
Yep. He's here, there, everywhere. But here goes
It's a poor pass.
Jones, not a good ball. And Atong comes away with it. He's stripped. So it's going to be a free kick for Fatima. Can't find Bailey, so it's going to be a throw for Sao North. Intercepted by Hospitales. This is the Gans. Alcantara. Williams. Looking for Shaves.
A very good ball.
Yep. Needed to take it down. Once it bounced, Brent, it's going to run away from him.
Yeah, I thought Shave's body position is what may have stopped him from getting onto it.
Rogers, but they give it away to Bailey. Bailey, this is a good run from Bailey. Sends it back, but that's good defending.
Lewis again.
Yes, but they've given away a corner, so Fatima has their first corner of the afternoon, coming after 37 minutes. And man going across to take it. It looks like Bailey is going to take the corner. Really a good crowd here now. It's an excellent crowd here at the A.C. Crawford Stadium in this semi-final. Sent low towards, that was towards Atong, but sprinting away with it here now.
He's done well.
Yeah,
He's done really well.
to be Jones.
I'm not sure what Sween's trying. I'm not sure why he even attempted that.
I think he was obviously hoping that Noel was going to make the diagonal. He never did.
Well, he's not even attempted to make it, Noel. So why try it? Why try to flick it on? Maybe he was better served possessing the ball.
This is Hospitales to Atherton. They give it away again. This is Joseph.
Good ball.
Towards Sween. Back to Joseph. put it a little wider than he would have liked. This goes back to Swee, looking for the shot, always
That's
looking
a
for the
foul.
shot. But he thought he was
I thought it was fouled as well.
But he
Right,
gets,
back now.
he gets back up, looking to play a 1-2.
Fouled again. He's asking.
Well, this time
I think the
it's
first
Lewis.
one certainly was a foul.
Goes all the way to goalkeeper Edwards. This is Hospitalis.
Poor pass.
Well, he does well, but picked up here by Joseph. Looks for the shot.
Poor shot.
Yeah. Even the shooting, Brent, is really not up to standard.
Well, shooting, passing, decision making. Very sure both coaches will be looking at this. And
They'd be disappointed.
they'd be very disappointed, and they'd, of course, want to get their charges in. And the fans, though, are enjoying it, the young ones. Maybe the next generation of Fatima and San Juan North players.
Covered section is almost sold out.
Yeah.
Well, here is Atherton. Gets it to Hospitalis. Plays it towards Bailey. Bailey goes up for that run.
goes Lewis
Around comes
again.
Lewis.
Great defending.
They've got, if they're going to play that ball, Brent, they've got to get it wider.
Or don't play it at all.
Yeah, that's right.
Come back inside, because he's done such a good job of reading the play. He anticipates it well, and it's always there.
This is Romani to Nunes. Atong. And he turned, he does. Gets it back to Nunes. Nunes does well. Sends it goal! Well! Was that a cross? Was that a shot? Who cares? It ends up in the back of the net. Fatima take the lead here. A surprising goal. And you can see the Samoa North players in the 41st minute. Elijah Nunes, the left back, when one thought it might have been a cross, it snuck into the far post, and he is giving Fatima the lead here. I would say, Brent, slightly against the run of play.
Whether you deem it as a cross or a shot, it nestled into the back of the net. Of course, question marks around goalkeeper Xavier Haynes. Did look like he lost his footing. As we have another look at it here, Nunes cuts inside. Look at Haynes, loses his footing a bit. And of course, eventually the ball sneaks past him. So good strike.
Yeah, no doubt.
It'd be a cross or of course, a shot.
It's the second time we have done a game with Fatima and he scored. But here goes Samoa North.
That's a big challenge.
Very good tackle from Williams. But still, danger. It's with Rogers.
He's got to pass there, Colin.
Atong has gone over on that far side.
Might be a bit late, but hopefully it may spring this game into life. Certainly from a quality perspective, that's a poor pass. Really poor pass.
It's played behind.
Commentator's curse, maybe.
Played behind Bailey. Let's see what he was trying. This is Lewis. There's some of the fans, of course, here at the Easy Crawford Stadium. Really an excellent crowd. As this is Romani. Gets it to Bailey. Continues his run. This time coming across, it's not Lewis, but it's Ferguson. And it's going to be a throw for Fatima. They'll lead by 1-0. 42 and a half minutes gone. Still a long way in this game to go. This is Shaves. He's looking to have a shot as well. Goes to Atong, but he's was in an offside position. But the referee says play on because the ball, in fact, came off of a defender, and it's a goal kick now.
Well, you just have to wonder, Colin, the positioning of Xavier Haynes on that goal and whether or not the slip, of course, didn't help his cause.
Yeah, I think Nunes was really looking for
It was a cross.
Yeah,
It was a
there's
cross.
no doubt about it. But it was hit well. He's got a good left foot on him. And by the time
No goalkeeper should be beaten from that distance.
yeah, but by the time Haynes knew what was happening, the ball was on its way towards the goal. He reacted very late. But here goes Hospitalis. This is the Gans. Looks to
That's
get
too
it to
much.
Bailey.
He done well.
Oh yes, did very well. Sends it in field to Romani. He turns with it. Still Romani. Gets the better of Lewis. Plays it wide to Atong. Sends it. It comes off at the finish. Oh, that's a good shot. Keeper Haynes did well. The rebound came to Romani, and Fred, he sort of side-footed it. I thought he would have put his laces through it.
Well, it would have
But
been
it came to him
difficult
quickly.
for him as he got this opportunity
Yeah.
here. I think he just needed to, of course, put it a little bit further away from Savion Haynes, the goalkeeper for San Juan North. So,
Here goes Noel.
could be trouble.
Looks to play it in field to Sween. Has a cracker! What a save! What a save by Tristan Edwards. That's why they appeal the decision. Brent Sancho, that is the number one. What a save. What a shot though. Look at it.
Got to lag behind that there, all laces. Tell you what, Edwards would have seen that late because it was that much of venom behind it.
Here is the corner.
Poor corner.
Yep, and Bailey picks it up. Sends it up to Shaves.
He's done well, Chiefs. He's really done well.
Hold
Look at
on.
that, he's still holding on to
it.
the ball.
Yes, and three defenders are around him. Plays it downfield. This is Sween.
This is where they're dangerous.
Joseph making the run. Across
Have to
comes
deal with it.
Williams.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Whoa. He hit it straight on to the body of Joseph.
Yeah,
And that could certainly have gone straight back in the
I
goal.
thought Williams would have been better served clearing it instead of asking Edwards to make that clearance.
Sam Lewis
There he goes again, Cole. Tell you what,
over the bar.
I wouldn't put it past him. He's had that sort of game so far.
He's really had a good game. So in the added on time, the referee's whistle should go momentarily. Just about a few seconds left for the whistle. But here comes Joseph, Swede. Swede's getting much more into the
He's
game.
starting to get into it, and it's a problem for Fatima.
There is the halftime whistle from referee Cecile Hine. And it's 1-0 at the half. The goal coming off the boot of Elijah Nunes. What a good goal it was. It seemed to be a cross, but in the end, it nestled into the far corner. Goalkeeper Haynes, by the time he moved, it was too late, and all of a sudden, you have to say, slightly against the run of play, Fatima College take the lead. So 1-0 at the half. Let's look at the highlights of the first half. Referee Cecile Hines got the stuff going, and Shaves had the real first opportunity, tried to square it back to the Gans. He lost his footing and the chance was lost. Then Sween with a free kick, didn't have the power, it was all along the ground, and the goalkeeper Edwards was able to hold on to it. Then another attempt from him, didn't have the power again, and made easy work for Edwards. Larry Noel then came into his own. He also had a left-footed shot that the goalkeeper didn't really deal with it well, but the important thing, he stopped it. And then there was Sween again, not on target with a shot. And then it was Atong getting it to Nunes. Nunes went by the man, and that we nestled it into the far corner. It was really a cross, but it was hit close to the goal. Haynes seemed to have lost his footing, and all of a sudden Fatima took the lead. And then they had another chance through Romani with that shot. It wasn't held by the goalkeeper. He made amends. But what a save this was. A cracking shot from Sween that Edwards just touched it over the bar, and that was the highlights of the first half. Fatima leading by 1-0. Let's have a look at the stats. Shots 5 from Sawa North, 3 from Fatima. Shots on target, 3 from Fatima, 4 from Sawa North. 1 foul as opposed to 4 from Fatima. No yet 1 yellow card to Fatima, none to Sawa. No red cards, no offsides. 6 corners for Sawa North, 1 for Fatima, and saves. 4 from the Fatima custodian and only 1 from the Sawa North. Let's go down to Brent Sancho. Brent is there with the coaches.
All right, so at the end,
Coach, 1-0 up at the half. What's your assessment of the first half so far?
We started off very nervous in the first half. Sawa had the exchanges, more of the ball. And I think with the goal, it kind of settled us down a little more because that was one of our plans to try to get a goal up, right? Because, you know, we come in in this game as an underdog. So I guess with the goal, it would give us some impetus, you know, going forward into the second half.
How do you see things unfolding in the second half for Fatima?
Well, what we will have to do and what we'll have to adjust in the first half is being first to the second balls. And I think that is very crucial to us maintaining the lead and even going a goal up again in the second half. So I guess with Hudson having a chat, calm down the nerves, right? Have them come out in the second half and execute our game plan.
Thank you very much, Coach. All the best in the second half.
No problem.
Of course, a coach, Fatima College. And now Coach Dekoto of San Jose. 1-0 down at the half, Coach. Disappointing half of football?
Not really. I just think we need to find a rhythm and settle in a little bit more in the game and start to move around the ball a bit more and be a little more patient up front.
Of course, as we look forward to the second half, any changes you expect to make, or how do you see the second half unfolding?
No changes basically, and not tactically just as yet. Like I say, no need to really panic. It's just 1-0 down. We get a goal, we're back in the game, and I just think Little Sweet needs to be more into the game a little bit more. I'll deal with that on this half here.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much, and all the best to you in the second half.
Thank you too, and thanks.
Coach, of course, Dekoto of San Juan North. Siobhan is somewhere up there in the crowd. Let's have a word with her.
Folks, we are at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It is all about semi-final number 2, Sawa North versus Fatima College. I am here with Brianna and Zane, Fatima supporters. So Brianna, I'm asking you, the score right now is 1-0 in the favor of Fatima College. How do you feel about the first half so far?
Personally, I feel very confident about the first half because they scored and we're winning right now, which is the most important thing.
You think they're going to keep up the momentum for the second half?
Yeah. More.
And how confident are you ladies about Fatima qualifying for the finals, playing up against St. Benedict's on Wednesday?
100% sure. 100% sure that Fatima is going to win the finals.
What do you say? What do you have to say to Fatima right now, ladies? Let Fatima! All right, folks, I'm going to toss it over to Hans, who is in the stands with some Sawa North fans.
Well, here I am, the Sawa North Secondary School, the fans, but the biggest fans are the teachers quite often. Miss Anna said, let us know, how have the teachers been supporting the team?
Well, green runs in our vein. Green means go. We're always ready to go 100% behind our players.
All right, indeed, and Malik is a student of the school. Malik, what do you think is going to happen in the second half?
Oh, well, I think Sawa bringing it home this year. Yeah.
So in the second half, how many goals do you think?
Everything they get, every chance.
Every chance. All right. Y'all make some noise for Sawa North Secondary School, please. All right, and in Jamaica, we get ready for the Costa Cup second leg matches. We have York Castle High going up against Seaforth High School, and we also have Brownstown High School versus Dentil High School. We get ready for those matches coming up Tuesday inside the Issa DaCosta Cup. But guys, when we come back around, we're getting ready to find out who is going up against St. Benedict's College in the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership Division Final. But we have to say much thanks to our sponsors, Tiger Tanks, and here for the man behind our sponsors.
I'm here with Mr. Dennis Latif, the regional manager of Tiger Tanks. And of course, when you talk Tiger Tanks, you talk Secondary Schools League, we talk sponsorship, and we're going to have a little discussion here about the 2022 Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League. Dennis, can we talk a little bit about you, Dennis Latif, and Tiger Tanks?
Sure, morning, Colin. Well, I can tell you, Tiger Tanks actually is a US-based company, of which the first office outside of the US is right here in Trinidad. Okay? Since then, I started this company in 2003. And since then, it's been grown to be a regional company. We are now the operators of the Caribbean and parts of South America. So I've kind of grown it then, and we just moving around the region.
Well, there's no doubt your love for football. Is that why you got involved with the Secondary Schools League?
Yes, that too, and all through the years, I've been seeing what's happening. I've been seeing the changes, or no changes being made really. That can make a difference, which is where I thought I would try and come in. Besides this, I sponsor the National Youth Extempo every year for the past 6-7 years. We do a lot of school activities, sponsoring different competitions, some for schools, and many other cultural activities also.
It's interesting because Tiger Tanks has come on as a corporate sponsor, but what's your thoughts, Dennis, on getting more corporate sponsors involved? Not only in secondary schools football and youth football, but in sport in general?
Thanks for that question. I tell you what, when I was called to assist the SSFL, is because they didn't get the sponsorship. And taking this and coming along, I have a kind of different view going ahead. I'm not sure I want to really say it out now, but I need to meet with the SSFL first. But I always thought, all these schools, so many businessmen come out of these schools. These corporate people, they can get together and sponsor a school. I don't know why that has never happened, or, everybody looks for one sponsor, and they go after that, and hey, we can get 5-6 sponsors. Let us do something, make a difference of the school, and get that money they need to really prepare teams, prepare the schools and so on for the games.
Well, we are at the semi-final stage of the league. The football has been of a pretty high quality. What's your hope for the semi-finals and the finals?
Yeah, we have some good teams there, playing in the semi-finals. So I expect to see really good football. It's been good so far. We're also planning to do something different too. In the semi-finals, before the game, we want the crowds to come out. We want the crowds to come out and support the players, and support everything that we're doing to help them.
So we can look forward to something spectacular for the final?
Yes, you can.
Well, I'm very, very happy to hear that. Dennis, it's been great chatting with you. We must do this again because, I think it's a great insight you've given us, the Tiger Tanks, and you in general, and your hope going forward. Thanks ever so much. And let's hope that we see some really great football for the semi-finals and final.
Yes, let's hope so.
Thanks very much.
Thanks again.
Welcome back here to the Hazley Crawford Stadium. We're at the half. It's semi-final number 2 in the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools Football League. Fatima College, they lead at the half by 1-0. The goal scored by Elijah Nunes, really and truly, and we were debating whether it was a cross or it was a shot. Who cares? At the end of the day, the Nunes will tell you it ended up in the back of the net. Fatima will tell you it ended up in the back of the net. Now the lights are on here, Brent. The field is very heavy. The lights are on. You know it gets dark very early. So I'm not surprised that the lights here are on.
Yeah, as we see, of course, from these pictures, the turf digging up a bit. It's not as soft as other pitches we've seen before. Certainly what we saw yesterday at the Atterbourne Stadium, which was a lot more softer and slushier. The conditions here are a little bit different. As we saw just now, the lights are on here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. It's a bit overcast. I don't really expect to see more rainfall, Colin, but certainly from a vision perspective and light perspective, it's getting a bit dark here.
Yes, it is. So we'll have to wait and see. Here some of the players are back onto the field. So we should be getting there is skipper Bailey. And it's going to be interesting how they adjust the passing to Bailey, because what they're doing, Brent, at the moment, they're playing these balls to Bailey straight up the line, and Lois is just coming across and collecting it. They've got to get it a little closer to the line and maybe not play it as far forward. There is the Samoa North coach, or the assistant coach, I should say.
Well, I'm very sure that Coach Moore would have went in there and demanded more from his charges in every single aspect of the game. So I'm looking for a reaction here from Samoa North. A lot of the names that we mentioned in the build-up to this game just haven't shown up so far today.
They haven't. And it's going to be interesting how Fatima approaches the second half. They can't sit back on this one goal and look to defend. They've got to still push forward and try and get an insurance second goal. It's the referee, Cecile Hines. So we're just waiting for the start of the second half. And there we go. So Fatima immediately with the kickoff. Ball picked up by Lewis. Long ball forward. Noel is chasing it. Can't keep it in, unfortunately, and it's going to be a goal kick for Fatima. And again, we saw Noel. There is some of the Fatima supporters. They're in good voice at the moment. Real intercall atmosphere here. So this is a handball, it seemed like. Yes, the referee does call it. So it's going to be a free kick for Nunes. Gives it away, but in fact it goes out for a throw. Very difficult type of ball to play, Brent. He was looking to get that all the way across towards Bailey. Had to be pinpoint with that pass.
Well, I think he wanted to play it in the air, but just never really struck the ball in the right way.
Well, here is a throw for Fatima.
A foul throw.
Yes, it's going to be. So the throw, was for Samoa North. It's now going to be for Fatima.
I think it's going to be a return. I think from a Samoa North perspective, Colin, they first and foremost, again, have to improve. The application haven't been good. I haven't started talking about the errant passes and the, of course, turnovers.
And this is Hospitalis getting it there to Alcantara, who gets it to Nunes. This is Atong. Back to Nunes. Samoa closing it down. Alcantara and Nunes combining. The loose ball is picked up by Atong. Gets it to Romani. This is the Gans. Looks for the shot. Blocked by Lewis. And the rebound goes towards Jones. But he gives it away. Well, that was Joseph, giving it away. This is Bailey for the skipper for Fatima. Alcantara. It's a good ball. Move on to that far side is Atong. He has to go backward to Nunes. Ball comes off of Lewis, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. So just about 2.5 minutes gone in the second half. Fatima leading through that goal from Elijah Nunes. This is Hospitalis. Gets past Rogers. Plays a 1-2 with the Gans, but eventually the ball, it's a foul and it's going to be a free kick for San Juan North. There is the drummers on rhythm section, call it what you want, of Fatima. They are buoyed at the moment because they lead by 1-0. And here goes down. This is Noel. Is he brought down?
I tell you what, Colin. I tell you what.
The referee is saying a corner. So Cecile Hines, she walks away there.
But she was close. There's another look at it here. Oh, I tell you. He's tangled with Atherton. I would say that's a good call. Well, penalty.
Yeah.
Listen, the contact was initiated by Noel.
That's right.
Not by Atherton.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a penalty. It's a big difference.
Cleared upfield.
She wasn't far away from it.
No, she wasn't. So she had a good view. So there was the Gans clearing it upfield. There's the Gans. So a throw for San Juan North. Goes to Joseph. So they play it back towards Lewis. Gets it to Sween. Sween with the low cross. Atherton sends it back outside. It's going to be a throw.
They need a big half from Sween, Colin.
They do. And from Noel.
But I think a big half from Sween would mean a big half from Noel.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yep, you're right. Jones couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. Just about 5 minutes gone in the second half. Still a long, long way to go. So this is Nunes with the throw. Lewis comes off the head of Lewis. So Fatima's made some yards going down that left side. This is really a very, very good crowd here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Could you imagine, Brent, if it was that doubleheader with St. Benedict's and presentation? There would have been no room. The uncovered section would have also been full. Really excellent crowd support for both these schools. This is Williams. Atherton, he's got to hurry. Does well, gets it to Hospitalis. He does exceedingly well.
Excellent.
Still Hospitalis. Sent a little too far forward. The idea was good. He's trying to just chip it in the path of Shaves, but it was hit a little too hard. Noel. Yes.
I think they're waving at you, Colin.
Were they?
Yeah.
I was concentrating on the game, Brent. That's a good ball, but Lois is there, heads it forward. And here goes Sween. This is Noel. He's offside.
Yeah, he's offside.
The Sour supporters, they're going berserk here, but they've not realized that he's offside.
Yeah, it's
the Sour North supporters are going berserk. When they find out that the goal is disallowed, I think the noise is going to quieten down.
Well, I think he's onside, Colin. Taking another look at it, I think it's a wrong call.
Yep. Let's have a look. We need VAR. We need VAR.
It looks like he made the run on time. I did wonder, Colin, when the flag went up, whether or not it was errant or not. And I would suggest...
Yeah, let's have a look.
Look at Larry Noel's movement. He's onside. There's no doubt in my mind as we see where the white shorts is there.
Brent, we got to draw the line.
No, he's
got to draw a line.
I think he's certainly onside for that one.
We've got to draw a line. We've got to draw a line.
It was close, but when you look at his initial run into the box, he was onside.
Yeah.
I think it was a wrong call.
Here is the ball sent upfield. Edwards punches it away. And shaves. He's making that run. Around comes Lewis. Yeah, we need to see it again, Brent.
I think if we can see it one more time.
Yeah, we need to see it one more time.
I'm looking at when the ball was played and the movement by Noel. I think that's the two key principles in that one. Of course, as I've said so many times during our broadcasts, is that we have the advantage.
That's right.
We've seen it a couple of times.
Cleared upfield. Hospitalis is giving chase. Keeps it in, but it comes off of Sween, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima. Let's have a look at it.
Look at the movement of Larry Noel. He's onside, Colin.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no doubt.
Yeah. It's all when the ball was
played. When the ball was played forward, it's certainly onside.
When he picked it up, he was in an offside position. Well, but the ball run
he made.
That's right.
The run he made, he was onside.
Well, a yellow card for Jones. So the second yellow card.
Of course, we take another look at that. Very, very late.
Very late tackle. For once there, Larry Noel got away as well. Didn't close him down, made the run. It was a very good run. Here is the free kick. Too close to the keeper. So just about coming up to 10 minutes. This is another long ball. Looking for Noel. Hospitalis lets it run, gets it to Bailey. Bailey playing that ball inside towards Romani. Gets it to Nunes. The confirmation of that yellow card given to Kedell Jones. This is Williams. Edwards. That's too hard. That's a rough tackle from Atherton. I'll be surprised if he's not yellow carded. He is. That was very late from Johansi Atherton.
I think keeper Edwards need to recognize that the pressure was coming.
Very, very late tackle coming in from Atherton. So the number 4 gets a yellow card. So the second Fatima player to be booked. And the third in the game.
And going back to that offside call, Colin, I think that's what Larry Noel is so good at, anticipating and making that run. We've seen him do it time and time over the season.
Well, here's Sween with the free kick. Banged away by Atherton. So Johansi Atherton, just confirmation of that yellow card. The man given that yellow card, Atherton. So Fatima now with the throw, Hospitalis. The gun goes down in a heap, no foul, says the referee. The ball coming off of, seemed to have come off of Bailey. In the meantime, the guns is still down.
This is where Fatima has to be careful. Game management is so important here. They've just, of course, seen San Juan North starting to...
They're under the gun, aren't they, Brent?
Yeah, they are. And I think they need to possess the football, 1, and 2, trying to take the sting out of the game. Certainly you could do that without having the ball. It's the way, of course, you set yourself up where you confront San Juan North. But game management is critical here for Fatima. You just have a sense, Colin, that San Juan North are starting to up the tempo a bit.
Yeah, it's Atherton from Fatima College who got the yellow card, and not San Juan North. He is the number 4 playing for Fatima College. So he was the one given that yellow card. And so this is Hospitalis. Is it there towards the Gans, who sent it over onto that far side. Atong. It's won back by San Juan North. Sween. Noel Looks to make the run. He's after it. But tearing up that right side is Joseph.
Poor pass again.
Can't get it.
He just needed a ball over the top for Noel to run onto.
And that's what Noel was looking for.
He was looking for it, and it's happened a couple times in today's game. Just him and Sween and Noel, normally who are almost telepathic, have been very out of sync today.
This is the Gans. Bailey is going to look to take on Guy, but the wrong comes. You know who? Lois plays it into touch, so Fatima quickly with the throw. Hospitalis. Then this is a good ball. Heads go up, a clash of heads there. Referee will have to stop the game because Atong seemed to clash heads with Shaves, who is actually up. But Atong is still down, he's holding his head. It was a good cross from Hospitalis.
Yeah, good cross into the box. And Shaves and Atong colliding.
No real clash of heads.
No, I think Atong looked like he slipped a bit. Of course, it seems like we're having a bit of rain.
Yeah, that should add something different to this game if there's a drizzle.
Well, we've played about 15 minutes or so, Colin, and I'm not sure I've seen any sort of, as we have a look at the crowd that's building here, or has built at the Hazy Crawford Stadium, but you haven't really seen a shift in gear.
No, it's
San Juan North.
No, I think they've come out with a little bit more intensity though in the second half. A little more purpose, yeah.
But it has not, of course, equated into quality, and I think that's what's been lacking for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, both teams they've got quality players. There's no doubt about it.
Well,
we've seen both these teams already. And but here is Noel. Has a long range shot, but that should be easy for Edwards.
I think if you're a Fatima College supporter, you'd be happy to see Larry Noel shooting from that distance.
That's right.
We know anything closer, and you're asking for trouble.
Well, it's going to be a throw for San Juan North. Noel getting it into Sween. He has a crack. And Edwards couldn't hold on.
Yeah.
Nobody following up.
It came on to him very, very quickly.
And that's the thing, Brent. On this surface, if that ball bounces in front of you, on this surface, it's going to rocket into.
Look at that.
This is the cross ball. And that's, yes, that was Edwards. Had to get down quickly, and Hospitalis
cleaning up.
Yeah. Well, we've just gone past the hour mark, and Fatima, they hold on to that single goal scored by Elijah Nunes.
That's a good ball.
Noel takes it onto that right foot of his, sends it to Joseph. Joseph twisting, turning.
Got to cross it, Colin.
I think it comes off of Noel.
Yeah, he's got to cross the ball there.
Had more than one opportunity, didn't he?
Just wondered why he hesitated. I know he's been switched over to the other flank. This is a worrying sign from a San Juan North perspective. Captain and main marksman, Larry Noel.
It's going to take more than that to get him off the field, Brent. He's not going to come off. He's got a broken leg or something is the only way he's going to come off.
I think they still try to play.
Yeah, no doubt. You say give him a crutch and he will play with it. But this is Hospitalis.
That's better.
That's a good 1-2 with the Gans. The Gans sends it over to the far side. Atong takes it down nicely. Making the run, decides to go back, but making that forward run was Romani. This time it's a cross, headed on. Ador! That's a poor header from Lois this time. And the goalkeeper crashed into the Gans. And he's down. And but he went for it, both himself and the keeper. They collided. But I'm not sure if Lois Brent was trying to head that ball back to his goalkeeper, or was just a misheaded. He just misheaded the.
I hope not.
Let's have a look. Let's see.
It certainly was a miscue. He's gone under it. I don't know why he went that low to head the ball.
Not sure myself.
Give the keeper Haynes credit.
Yeah, he came quickly. Came out quickly.
I think if he allowed that to settle, he might have found himself in some trouble.
Well, the Gans is down. He's down for the count. And Well, he's just now sitting up, which is a good sign. There is some of the Samoa players just again getting some instructions, but more than that, getting a drink of water.
I think Fatima College would be happy the way things have gone so far. We see some of the little supporters here. Yep. Enjoying themselves. But yeah, from a Fatima College perspective, they've really taken the sting out of the game. So they would be happy with that.
Romani.
That's a foul.
Romani has brought him down. Is the number 7 Rogers. So number 7 fouling number 7. Free kick for Samoa North. Sween too close to the keeper.
It's a poor free kick, and look at the numbers, Collins. Samoa North players in the box, 3, maybe even 4. 1 goal down, they got to push more numbers forward.
This is Sween to Rogers. Back to Sween, but well intercepted.
Alcantara.
Picked up, yeah. Alcantara was the one picked up by Hospitalis. Looks to play it inside. Luckily, he gets the ball back, but foul. In the meantime, referee Hines is saying that there was a foul on Hospitalis, so it's going to be a free kick. Fatima holding on here, coming up to 64 minutes. They still lead by that solitary goal from Nunes. Long ball played forward, headed away. Guy sending it upfield, but it's won by Alcantara. This is Nunes as well. Sent back upfield. High, looping ball.
This is Noel is dangerous. That's a foul.
Yes, it is a foul committed, and it's going to be a free kick for Samoa North.
Just wonder.
So there are 2 of the Sportsmax cheerleaders, Brent.
Yeah, look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, I like the movement.
Similar to your dance.
That's right.
Your dance moves.
That's quite right.
I think they call that the Colin Murray shuffle, you call that?
Well, it's Sween with the free kick. That's too close to the keeper.
It's been poor.
Yeah, so it's really not a good free kick at all.
It's about his 3rd or 4th set play. And it's poor by his standards. I must make mention of that because he set very, very high standards.
So Fatima, they still lead here. This is the 2nd semi-final of the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League. The winner will play St. Benedict's, who won comprehensively yesterday by 5 goals to 3 against Presentation. This ball picked up by Jones. Has to go back to Guy. Rogers couldn't get past Hospitalis. So it's going to be a throw for Samoa North. This is Lewis. Sends a long looping ball headed by Williams towards Hospitalis. He couldn't control it. Picked up by Jones. Bailey comes back to help out, but in so doing, he's committed a foul. The crowd doesn't like it.
Well, but I think referee Cecile Hines may have looked at the fact that he jumped into the tackle and maybe.
So Shaves is off. Michael Shaves for Fatima. They make a substitution. And the man coming on is Jordan.
Shaves, he's worked really hard for the cause. Looks like a defensive change, Colin.
Well, Jordan, I think he tends to play in that midfield. Here's the free kick. Headed on, but again, this was Williams getting there and trying to head it away, but in the end, it was played behind for a corner. So a left-sided corner for Samoa North. It's going to be taken by Sween. There is the sponsor of the Secondary Schools League, Tiger Tanks. So here is the corner. That's a good corner. Finally cleared away by Nunes. Long ball looking for Atong. Giving chase is Atong. That's well done. In fact, played in field. Looking to be like Mitchell, the man doing that.
Is that man again, Colin?
Lewis.
Tell you what, if someone does win, I guess, Colin, it's very easy to decide who's the man of the match. He's been everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Lewis.
No doubt.
It's been a tense second semi-final. It does lack quality. Certainly doesn't have the sort of goal-scoring explosion that we saw yesterday. 8 goals in the semi-finals at the Atto Boland Stadium, and it's not been that type of affair here. It's been very tight so far.
So it's going to be a free kick for Fatima. Coming up to 69 minutes of this game. So there's still a lot of time left for Sawa North to get back into it. As that ball sent, the free kick sent over onto the far side. Looks to be Jordan, the man on that far side, picking it up. But he gives it away. But the Gans does well to win it back for Fatima, gets it to Alcantara. This is Hospitalis. Bailey, confronted by Guy, plays it in field to Alcantara. And there was Atong trying to play it on, thinking that maybe Bailey or Hospitalis was making the run. But it's one back here. Jones taking too long on the ball, and they've given away a throw.
It's another player, Colin, that just hasn't shown up today, Jones. Talk a lot about him, and of course Mitchell in the middle of the park for Sanborn North, and the importance of those two. He mentioned to them in the build-up. Just not have sort of impression on the game that they normally do. It's like the substitutions being lined up.
So, and well, the sub's been subbed. The sub has been subbed. So, because Rogers had come on for Brown, and now it's Blake Haynes, the number 8 player. So here goes Williams.
Right decision.
Bangs it away.
That's the right decision. I'm listening to some of the groans in the crowd, but it's the right decision. Let your team regroup.
This is Sween. Trying to get the better of Williams.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Sends it in field. That's a really good clearance in the end coming from Nunes.
Is he going to shoot? No.
Shot comes. That's a good shot. That's another very good save. The shot again. Yet another save. And then over bar. Well. Tristan Edwards, who originally Brent Sancho was to take no part in this semi-final. He's come up with 2 brilliant saves.
Well, here's the first of those saves. Palms out the shot. The second by Sween. Pushes it across. Joseph just couldn't hit the target. Puts it over. That's a glorious opportunity.
The first one was from Mitchell. A brilliant shot.
I would say it's a textbook save, but he did it.
Oh, he did it.
And I think the second one by Sween and followed by Joseph, Colin, you would have to put that down as a miss.
Well, he's keeping Fatima in the game.
He has.
Edwards.
Just wonder if this is going to spur San Juan North on.
Alcantara trying to play that through towards Jordan. Jordan has picked up a position wide on the left, and Atong has seemed to come through the center.
Of course, they have to find a way somewhat to start to put Fatima under pressure, but here's Fatima on the front foot.
So 3 brilliant saves by Edwards as Sawo looks to come away again.
That's good positional play by Williams. Give him credit.
Gets it down to Hospitalis. He does well.
Does really well.
Twisting, turning with it. He's got Guy there with him, but this is Blake Haynes. Gets it wide to Guy. Plays it in field to Blake Haynes.
That's well done by Alcantara. That is brilliant.
It's going to be
done really well.
Oh yeah,
Alcantara. He's
played well in the middle, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been very tactically disciplined, and because of that, he's nullified Sween. He's not really found himself being dragged out of the middle of the park. In fact, he's been resolute in everything that he's done in there. Very tidy. Didn't see much of the football, but in terms of his position in Colin, he's had his influence in the game.
Williams, a long ball up to Atong. Can't control it. But here goes Jordan. They substitute. Still Jordan.
Yes.
Cleared away. Romani in a little bit of a collision there, but it's now picked up by Nunes. Atong is still down in the center of the field. I think he's going to be substituted. And Atong has been in the wars, and there's also let's see who is down. Joseph is also down. I think there was a little bit of a collision with the two of them. There's some of the crowd, or some of the Fatima supporters in blue and yellow. So some of the spectators getting a little bit, how should I put it, Brent? A little bit heated?
Thirsty.
Thirsty.
Yeah, it's humid here, so
Collier is the man who's going to come on for Atong. Atong is making his way off.
Coming off, 25.
And Collier is the man coming on, Cade Collier.
25, number 11.
And it appears that Sawa North will also be making a substitution. I think some of the defensive work. Brent, you will enjoy this.
yeah, especially from that man there. Put a foot wrong at all today. Anticipation, stepping in. Both sides defending have been spot on. They've not allowed any of the attackers any room to maneuver when it's a big challenge or selling themselves in that action, so your partner could get into the action. So really been
Thomas is
very
also,
good.
Thomas has also come on
by the defenders.
Yeah, the defenders. That was a shout, a penalty.
We could say, Colin, safely that so far they're winning the battle.
Yeah,
the defenders.
That's right.
I mean, taking things into perspective, I think Nunes' shot come cross goal.
There is one of the substitutions for Fatima. Collier coming on for Atong. And of course, Sawa North also making a substitution. We'll give you that in a minute. As this is ball played back towards Alcantara, trying to get Jordan on that far side. He does find Jordan, but he can't control it. And the man who's just come on, Thomas, as a substitute, replacing Joseph, does well. Thomas has to go back towards Lewis. He's confronted by Jordan and gets the ball coming off the hand of Jordan. So it's going to be a free kick for Sawa North. They make another substitution, and we'll just give you that, await that other substitution from Sawa North. So Jones is making his way off, and Chase Charles, Jadel Chase Charles is going to be on. It's going to be a throw for Fatima. 13 minutes left of normal time, and whatever added on time from referee Cecile Hines. Time running out here for Sawa North. Williams goes across. That's excellent. Sends it out.
I think it's now or never for Sawa North, Colin. They've still seem to struggle to get into any sort of rhythm in this game. Look at the numbers around him.
This is Blake Haynes. Chips it forward, looking for Noel, headed away by Hospitalis. Bailey turns with it as well.
That's a foul.
But late challenge coming in there from the man who just went on, Thomas. Oh, sorry, from Chase Charles. Thomas has gone over on that far side. Williams, a long searching ball there, looking for Jordan. Can he keep it in? He does. Tries to go past Lewis. And he wins a corner. So a corner for Fatima.
Well, it's very hard to frown upon the Fatima College performance here today. They've come out here to do a job. They've been resolute, very well organized, tactically disciplined. More importantly, when they've found their goal, they understand the importance of game management.
Here's the corner headed away. Picked up there by Thomas.
They really haven't allowed San Juan North to get into the game. And it's because they've just stifled, as we look at the buoyant Fatima supporters, Colin.
They're having a ball.
Surprised I'm not seeing you in there, Colin. I'm sure.
Brent, I'm here sitting with you very peacefully.
Well, I'm quite sure you would have preferred to be down there.
Here's Bailey. But that's a good... There's Lois.
Is there any way he can still get man of the match?
Has been absolutely brilliant, hasn't he? This is Hospitalis to Alcantara. Plays it very sensibly wide to Jordan. Back to... The shot comes, let's see, that is the man who went on as a substitute, Collier. But really and truly, more of a chip than anything else. Long ball, Sween is giving chase. Williams did well, but it's picked up by Guy. Oh, that's a brilliant tackle. That's a Brent Sancho tackle. Really a good tackle from Williams. But in the meantime, it seems to be Hospitalis, the man down. Not too sure what happened with him.
I think he collided with Williams. Atherton as well, it seems to be down.
Atherton is down.
There's a challenge, a collision there.
Yes, he collided with Williams. Look at Williams, he's back up, Brent. And he comes to put in the tackle. Really, he's also had a very good game.
Excellent game at the back.
He's been more steady than Atherton.
I'm looking at him, he's heavily strapped. The left muscle. Williams, left thigh, that is.
Yeah.
He's really worked hard for the cause.
I think defensively they've been good. And when they breach the defense, Brent, yeah, the San Juan North fans are a little bit quiet at the moment. But when they've breached the defense, Edwards has been in top form.
I just feel that for San Juan North to get back into this game, it's going to take a huge
something special
in gear. Yeah, I think now where they are seems to be in second or third. They need to shift all the way up to 6.
It needs a magical moment.
Well, they've got two players in Sween and Noel that can provide those sorts of moments, and they just haven't been able to. Credit to Fatima and the way they've approached it. Clearly, every time those two pick the ball up, they've been crowded out.
Well, Atherton is on his feet, so is Hospitalis. So it means they've got two defenders. San Juan North, they've got a throw, Brent, but they're missing two defenders at the moment. Fatima, Hospitalis is off, and now...
Of course, as we have a look at the Sports Max app moment.
Shot from Mitchell, what a save.
Mitchell shot, Edwards repelled it. Another shot there by Sween, repelled that as well. Edwards, of course, making sure things are safe at the back for Fatima. And that is your Sports Max app moment.
Yeah. Certainly a brilliant Sports Max app moment, because it was pure brilliance on the part of young Tristan Edwards.
They have to find a way, San Juan North. It's the game is starting to move away from them.
Ferguson playing it back to his keeper. Gets it to Lewis. Bangs it upfield, but with the outside of his boot. And it goes out of play, and it's going to be a throw for Fatima.
I think if anyone told us coming into this fixture, Larry Noel hasn't really mustered a shot on goal, you would have told them they're lying, Colin.
Yeah, that's a fact. This is Bailey getting it towards Collier. Collier does well. Looks to cross it. Comes off of, let's see, came off of Chase Charles. And it's going to be a throw. 7.5 minutes left. Can Fatima do it? Or can San Juan get that equalizer?
That's a good ball.
Cross.
Offside.
He's offside. So it's going to be a free kick for San Juan North. It's a nice cross ball, but he was standing in an offside position. De Gans.
Yeah, he originally started in an offside position and not necessarily moved into it. And he had the ability to look across the line and maybe adjust his position, Colin. He didn't.
Ball headed on by Atherton, and it's got to be careful. Brent, he's moving forward. I would think Coach Charles would want him to hold his position with just about 6.5 minutes to go. Hospitalis with the throw, banged up field by Lewis, but it goes out. And we see Fatima looking to make another substitution.
Well, it must be noted, Colin, that if the score does eventually end up in a tie, we go straight to penalty kicks. Of course, not suggesting that's going to happen, but it must be noted. It's an extra defender, Colin.
Yep, Zamor for the Gans.
It's close-up shop time.
Makes sense. Because we've got, what, coming up to just 5 minutes left and added on time. Well, Brent, I would say if this result stays as is, it's got to be the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Got to be Tristan Edwards.
I would make a special mention to Alcantara in the middle.
Yep.
And a lot of what Alcantara's done probably was off camera. Because his work rate, his positioning in particular.
Oh my word! Keeper does well in the end, but he misjudged the box totally. And there was Jordan sliding in.
He's lucky. He's really lucky, and it really comes down to the way he approached the ball. It's really poor by him.
Bailey looking for Jordan. He's in offside position.
There was no need there, Colin, for him to approach it in that lackadaisical manner. He's such a lucky boy. He didn't go into the net. I'm just a bit amazed that San Juan North has put in this type of performance at the semi-final level. Just felt that they were in the ascendancy. They played really well against Presentation College. Should have won that game, of course, except for the brilliance of Lazarus from Presentation College.
The goalkeeper.
And today they just were never at the races.
Here's Alcantara, sends a ball looking for Bailey, but it's headed forward towards Noel.
Look at the numbers again. That's a good tackle.
It's one here by Atherton. Atherton going forward with it. He's got to be careful. He can expose himself, but the referee has called a foul on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Colin, because I felt that defenders have another look at it. Atherton going forward. Maybe the trailing leg, but he got the ball.
Yeah, he did.
First and foremost, so
it's going to be a free kick, but in the meantime, Atherton is going to get some treatment.
I think from a Fatima College perspective, Colin, they've played a very good tactical game. I think they've set themselves up in a particular way. They wanted to play in that way, and they've been able to execute. Of course, the quality hasn't been good in terms of their passing, in terms of the receiving of the football. Decision making could be better, but their shape and their discipline tactically has been good, and that's why I mentioned Alcantara. Have a look at the crowd.
The huge crowd here at the A.C. Crawford Stadium. Really massive crowd.
Been told there's roughly about 2,500 viewers on
as well
various platforms. So well-watched game.
Well, here's the free kick for Fatima. Oh, that's wasted by Williams. Wasn't sure what he tried, but that's a long way out. So
they're going to have to throw caution to the wind now. Samoa North, they're running out of time.
Headed by Atherton. This is Sween.
It's done well.
Getting it across there to Thomas. He can't.
They got to throw numbers forward, Colin, Samoa North. So we look at the Sports Max girls doing the Colin Murray shuffle.
They're doing a pretty good job. Here is Mitchell. He's got to start to come forward as well, Brent.
Yeah, he is. And
no point you play a defensive.
No, it's now or never.
2 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's now or never for Samoa North, and they have to throw numbers forward. They really do.
Another substitution.
I would even possibly, Colin, throw Lewis forward.
Ferguson is off, so they're taking off a central defender and they're bringing on Batson.
I wonder if it's an injury, Colin.
Well, but the strange thing, Batson is taking up a position at left back, so thought they might have put on somebody up front.
That's well done by Larry.
Noel heads it on. Sween!
This could be
This
trouble.
is Sween! But that's good.
Well
good defending by Nunes. The shot comes, it goes all the way to the keeper.
It's a poor decision as well. He's about 30 yards out, really, Colin, and to shoot from there, from that angle as well, very ill-advised.
Sent out towards Hospitales. Trying to get Bailey going, but not a good pass. So Batson coming in for Ferguson, confirmation of that substitution. As Chase Charles trying to get that ball square towards Mitchell. Mitchell still in control, does well, does very well.
That's a foul, yeah.
It's going to be a free kick. Referee has a word there with Collier. 6 minutes of added on time, so there's still hope for Samoa North.
Well, they've got to throw numbers forward. I sound like a bit of a broken record, but I'm looking at them. There's about 6 or so Fatima College players against Harry Noel and Sween. I know they're talented, but I don't think they have the capabilities of getting around 6 defenders. That's it.
6 minutes of added on time. There is the assistant referee, the bottom of your screen, showing 6 minutes of added on time. And that 6 minutes has already started. Sween giving it away.
He could have turned. That's better.
He's chasing it down. Williams is there. He's had a good game, Brent, for Fatima.
He's been solid. He's been very solid at the back.
So Sween with his throw, getting it to Mitchell. Mitchell looking to come inside. Gets it back to Sween. Sween with the cross. He slips at the most inopportune moment, but he still gets the rebound. And in fact, it is going to be a throw for Samoa North. Nunes with the tackle, puts it out of play. Heads go up. The shot comes, but goes to Noel. This is Noel. Can't turn with it.
Yeah, it's a lot of blue jerseys in there. And
Jordan gives it away to Lewis.
It's a good ball.
Sends the cross in. Handball, says the referee from Guy. And it's going to be a free kick for Fatima.
It's a good kick. I'm looking at the goal.
Bailey is giving chase.
I'm hoping he makes the right decision.
This time he does, Brad.
Yeah. He's played such a risky game.
Sends a deep ball right back upfield. Williams is there, not a great header, but headed on there by Zamor.
That's good stuff by Romani.
This is Romani, gets back to Nunes, trying to play that crossfield ball. Luckily for him, it hits the turf and quickly gets onto the knee of the man at that left back position in Batson, and it's a throw for Fatima. So they go down the right side. 2 minutes gone of the 6. 4 minutes for Fatima to hold on to get into the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League final.
Colin, I can feel your heart beating from here.
The ball played forward. It's going to be a throw for Sawa North. Sent out by Romani. Played back. They got to get it up into the Fatima box.
Yeah, it's got to go. It's got to go.
That's what they need. Headed on. Not a good header. Edwards is going to get there.
Well, it was a player behind Sween, and he just needed to yell his name. That's a poor kick by Edwards. I'm not sure what that was. Looking at the urgency from San Juan North now, it's too late. Should have done that before, Colin. I don't understand it when teams are down 1-0. Expect to do it in the last 2 minutes or so of a football game.
This is Collier trying to get it right across to Jordan. It's picked up by Lewis. There's a good ball in field. This is Blake Haynes going wide to Thomas. Long searching ball, not a good header. Atherton is there though. Williams wins it. No, not too sure.
Yeah.
He looked up and he saw Haynes at the edge of the box. It would have had to take something special for Williams to clear him. But this ball is played wide to Lewis.
They're dropping deeper and deeper as well, Fatima College. That's not what you want.
This is Thomas going past his man.
Yeah, but he's got to get the ball in. That doesn't help your cause, son.
This is Sween. Still Sween. He's looking for the shot. Gets it wide to Guy. Guy confronted by Bailey. Still Guy. He goes right through. Is he brought down?
I tell you.
No, says the referee. In the meantime, Sween is down.
Let's have another look at it here. Nah, not a foul.
Yep.
It's a good call.
I think the ball was running away from him.
Ball ran away,
and
also the defender did not follow through.
Yeah.
With the right foot.
So Sween is still down. So what a contrast this game from yesterday, Brent. Just one goal in it so far.
Yeah, and I think from a player perspective, Colin, when the likes of Sween and Noel look back at this game and what could have been, they would really struggle to come to terms because they've set such high standards.
Right.
They should have been doing better here today, and it's not just those two. I think right throughout the San Juan North team, they would have disappointed that man in the picture, who I think has done a fantastic job with San Juan North. The players just hasn't turned up. They didn't turn up today.
Yeah, it's a good kick again, and this could be problems here. Well, Collier got it, but he tries to gets it back to Bailey.
They need to just possess it now, Fatima.
Oh, this is Romani. Still Romani. That's not a bad shot. We saw him on Tuesday, Brent, score a really good goal against St. Anthony's. And that was a really good move from him again. Well, we are in the final 30 seconds of this added on time. Sween. Hospitalis clears his lines. Time is running out. We have nearly played the 6 minutes. We'll have to wait and see how much more of that 6 minutes will be added on by referee Hines. This is a good ball in the box. This is Noel. Still, he's not getting control of it. Cleared downfield.
That's it, Colin. That's it.
And the final whistle goes. Fatima College, they have got into the final of the Tiger Tanks Secondary Schools League. They will play St. Benedict's College on Wednesday. We have gone back in time, Brent. St. Benedict's Fatima in the 60s, when they got into the Intercol final, they have gone right back.
Well, they've done their job. They have done their job here today. It has not been a spectacular game of football by any stretch of the imagination, certainly compared to what we saw yesterday, but today's performance was really down to tactical discipline, and that's what Fatima showed here today. They were able to be resolute in the way they play and approach the football game, and they had a plan and they stuck to that plan. I think from a San Juan North perspective, they would be disappointed in the fact that their players in particular did not show up here today. And of course, we are putting that up against the standards that San Juan North would have set throughout this year's season.
No doubt about it. So there is the final score here at the Hazel Crawford Stadium. San Juan North, Fatima College 1 victory for the boys from Mukarapa Road. Let's have a look at the highlights. So very early, San Juan trying to get possession, but it was Fatima with the first chance. Shaves running up that left side, sent it back looking for the Gans. He lost his footing, and then Sween with a free kick, not very powerful, all along the ground, well held by the goalkeeper. And there again, Sween with another shot that really didn't trouble Tristan Edwards, who had a fine game in the uprights. Noel, he also had a shot. It bounced off for the keeper, but he was always in control. And then comes Sween with, that was a cracker, but sorry, that one went over the bar. And Sween, he kept testing the keeper, but Fatima went forward. And then Noons, was that a cross? But it ended up in the back of the net. Was it a shot? Was it a cross? Noons doesn't care. He's got the winner here for Fatima. He scored in the first half. And then a cross ball. Then Romani had a chance. He hit it good to the left of the keeper Haynes, who did exceedingly well. And this was a moment here where Sween had a cracker from just outside the box. It was tipped over the bar by the goalkeeper. And then another shot taken, but Edwards equal to it, just parrying it. Another brilliant shot here, and an even more spectacular save. And the follow-up from Swede was also saved by Edwards. And then the final shot going over the bar. They just could not beat Tristan Edwards in that Fatima goal. And then here is Romani with a shot of his own that Haynes couldn't hold on to. But luckily it came off of him and went towards the players. So there is the final result. Fatima winning by 1-0. So those were the highlights. Brent, let's have a look at the stats.
Well, there were 13 shots on goal by San Juan North Secondary, 11 of those on target, 8 shots by Fatima College, 7 on target. Of course, 5 fouls by San Juan North, 8 from Fatima College, 3 cards in total in the game. San Juan North receiving 1, Fatima College 2, no red cards in the game, 2 offsides, split evenly between the two sides, 10 corners, 8 of them by San Juan North and 2 by Fatima College, 6 saves by San Juan North Secondary, 11 by Fatima College. Despite statistically San Juan North Secondary look like the better team, the most important stat is the 1-0 scoreline for Fatima College.
It's certainly a 1-0 scoreline here at the end. Let's go down to Siobhan and see who she's got with her.
Thank you, Colin. I am here with man of the match for today's semi-final number 2, Tristan Edwards, goalkeeper of Fatima. Hold on to this, so this is all yours. Now, taking it back a bit, Tristan, in the game against St. Anthony's College, you would have been given a red card. It was appealed and rescinded. And today, you stand as the man of the match. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling very proud of the team. I can't describe how proud I feel right now. Coming out from the red card, coming back to get man of the match, it's incredible.
And what was going through your mind during all those saves? It was save after save after save.
Red card, come back, clean sheet, man of the match, what can I say?
Definitely redeemed yourself in this one today. Now, the question is, what is your mindset going to be? Because now you guys have qualified for the finals against St. Benedict's on Wednesday. What is your mindset?
Well, we played them in the league, we draw 1, we have a vengeance for them, we come back for them. Especially that man who said it's a better team than Fatima. We coming for you. We want you. We want you.
All right, well, congratulations again to you, Tristan Edwards. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
So, tossing it over to Hans, who is with our coaches right now.
Tristan Edwards says he's coming back with a vengeance, but right now we're joined by Coach Jerry Moore, San Juan North Secondary School. Coach, just 1 goal made the difference today. Your thoughts on today?
I mean, not because you lose that game, you do everything wrong, so we just got to take the positives from it, and we move on to the intercal now.
All right. What is the redirection? What is the focus, and what are the lessons learned from this game?
Every game has lessons, but most important is that we refocus now. You know, we just wheel and come again, and we just get ready for the intercom.
Wheel and come again. Thank you very much, Coach Jerry. Always a pleasure having you here with us on Sportsmax Sour North Secondary School. And right now joined by Baba, coach for Fatima College. How does it feel right now to be in the finals?
Man, listen to me. I'm feeling really elated now.
Yeah.
Because when you set goals and you achieve it, you cannot ask for nothing better.
What was the goal at the start of the season?
To win a championship.
To win a championship. Well,
and I told them to get there, we have a lot of hurdles to cross. And this was one of the hurdles we had was to cross. I say if you want to be champions, this is the game you have to win.
So tell me, how are you all preparing for St. Benedict's College?
Right, funny. That's the first team we played. All right, and it's...
How it starts is how it ends.
Yeah, exactly. But we have a plan for St. Benedict's. We know there's a tough team, well-coached team. And we will do our homework. And we will prepare for them.
All right. Well, at the start of this one, you said you had a plan for Larry Noel and Sour North. Clearly, it worked out. All the best. Thank you very much, Coach Charles, Fatima College.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Coming up on Wednesday, the big final. St. Benedict's College come up against Fatima College inside the Tiger Tank Secondary Schools Football League Premiership 2022 final. This is where we wrap it up here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. But before we leave, we got to remind you on a Tuesday inside the DaCosta Cup, we get ready for some big fixtures. York Castle High School go up against Seaforth High School. And also we get ready for Brownstown High School versus Dint Hill Technical. My name is Hans Levines on behalf of the entire team. Thank you for watching. Final score here inside semi-final number 2.